Always about this show. Tammy Moyer from News 1130 joining us right now. Last year, I can't believe it's been a year since you've been on the show.
I know, time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're doing it all over again. We're talking about Morning for Hope, and I remember when you told your story, a lot of people were listening. So for anyone that missed it, we are trying to break the cycle today when it comes to violence against women. You have a very personal story when it comes to your journey.
I do. I was involved in a situation. I'd moved to a new city. This is a few years back. I was so excited about a new adventure. I wanted to take on the world, and I didn't realize how vulnerable I was in that position. And I ended up getting involved with somebody who sort of slowly worked their way into my life. And by the end of it, I'm now a single mom. There's no contact with this individual, and life is great. But let me tell you, the journey to get from that place to here has been a really rough road. You have to start all over again. And I went through some really difficult times with this person who got into my personal life, who got into my work life, who challenged me on every level, mentally, physically, emotionally, and it was really hard to get out. And what I finally realized is that the only way I will get out of this, the way I will start again, is by being honest and talking about it. So that's why I think I have no problem sharing, you know, this story, and just letting people know that sometimes when you're in that sort of the eye of the storm, you don't realize how screwed up you've become, you know, how you've let your defenses down. And as soon as you just step away for 5 minutes, you realize that you can gain that security back, that confidence level, and you don't have to stay with somebody like that. There's no reason to stay with somebody like that. There is no reason to raise your children with somebody like that. And as a single mom, that's who I do it for now, is for my son, who's starting kindergarten soon, and he's fantastic. And every day I look at him and I say, thank goodness I left. Thank goodness I didn't try to make it work.
So the key words I hear as you tell your story is the idea of stepping away. And anybody watching this that's been impacted in their own lives will think, well, how do I break the cycle? What was the turning point for you to realize there's got to be change and there is hope on the other side?
I think the turning point for me was just finally understanding that this individual did not have my best interests at heart. They didn't have my back. They wanted to use me to the point where they could make their own life more comfortable and have their own gains. And we just came from two completely different worlds as it was. And the turning point also was the fact that I didn't want to raise my son in that. I wanted to break a cycle. I don't want him to grow up and disrespect women. That's my biggest nightmare. Like, it really is. It's something that I'm doing consciously to have him grow up and respect everybody, no matter where you come from.
How empowering is it for you to come on a show like this and tell your story, knowing that people are watching and can relate to what you went through?
Huge, because last year when I talked about it, people came up to me afterwards and said, you know, I went through this, I survived this. And we talk about surviving, and we talk about, you know, moving on, and you do feel like you survived something. Somebody once said to me, you know, I went to hell, but I came back with an angel, when they were talking about going through an abusive relationship and having their child and surviving it at the end. And for me, that's what it's all about. And I'll be very honest with my son about what I went through and why his father isn't involved in his life, and I have no problem with that. Obviously, you know, age-appropriate stuff, but he's doing great. And if I would have stayed, his life would have been a nightmare. It's as simple as that.
I love your courage, and I love this message. Listen, if you're watching right now and just tuning in, thanks so much. 1-855-795-0293, your chance to donate. We have volunteers standing by. We have a bit of a challenge going, because I know News 1130, Jack FM joining us. We need 50 calls in the 6 o'clock hour. Royal LePage Shelter Foundation has said if we reach 50 calls, they will donate $5,000 for the Canadian Women's Foundation to support this cause and help break the cycle of violence against women. We're right now at 15. And the volunteers, they woke up so early. We got to make them work hard, right?
Come on, give us a shout. It's a good deal.
They're nice to talk to on the phone, too.
They are. They're lovely people.
We'll take a break right now. Entertainment City coming your way, and more messages, more important stories to be shared all throughout this morning here on Morning for Hope.